at the dark. When I seen a man chilling with his dog at the park, I approached him very slowly with my heart full of fear. Looked at his dog, oh my God, a ill reindeer. But then I was really cool, the man.
Welcome to lucky week 13 of the Pivot. This week I'm live from Crybaby Hill Studio. Julio is live from the Holiday Hill Palace out in southern Tulsa. Hi, Julio. Juice.
What's going on? Merry
Good.
Christmas.
Here. Everybody get the mics working. Jared is live from just somewhere south of Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, Hillsboro.
I had to get the computer guy in to get everything set up. I'm not the most computer literate person. Everybody takes that for granted, assumes I know how to even turn my computer on, which was a struggle at first. Anyway, we're trying to keep some consistency, even though it's the holidays. We're going to try to get a quick episode of the Pivot. Good news is that the money has been secured. We will have cameras next week. We're planning for the last week of the Pivot to be the full functioning version that we're hoping to go into 2021 with. So that's exciting news. That's thanks to some DK winnings.
Got some
Nice.
some observations real quick, Matt. I was telling JMJ before the show that I'm probably the least technologically savvy person in the world. However, you have me beat. So
Yeah.
that
I don't even pretend not to be though. So I don't even tease like I'm like no. That's why we have a producer on a 3-man podcast for a reason.
Yeah.
Producer, I'm glad you produced some volume because we had to bring in the assistant computer producer to get things going. Yes, I'm not computer savvy.
Merry Christmas too, by the way.
Oh, Merry Christmas! Yes,
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Christmas Eve. I got some shopping I got to finish up real quick after this. Just a recap last week. We won going away in the heads up match. We scored almost like 150, 160. Rays League, we finished right in the middle of the pack. Made some changes, some good, some bad. We're what? I sent you guys the spreadsheet. We're about 20 points out of it, sitting in 5th with 2 weeks to go. I think that's right. We got him right where we want him. Guardy is up top. Heckenchamp is 2nd, and we're 5th. We've switched spots. We've all been these spots. We've been 1st, 2nd, and 5th. It's interesting. Anyway, we're right in it. We just need one big week, and we'll be right back in it. Playing a little hindsight 2020 last week. The rookie running backs didn't kill it like we had hoped. A little bit. David Johnson was a monster that I didn't see coming. Did anybody see David Johnson coming?
No.
100 yards receiving, 100 yards rushing, right? Like, I think he might have had 10 catches too or something. Anyway, good news is not many people played him. I'm so used to looking at show schedule here. I'm looking at last week's show schedule. Anyway, we don't have to spend a lot of time on last week. It was a fairly good week for us. I hit a big score with a couple buddies in the afternoons slate. We won outright, and that was nice.
Good.
Going to help keep the Pivot going for a little bit.
Do we want to see the Millionaire Maker lineup or know what it was?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So quarterback was Jalen Hurst, 40.8 points. David Montgomery, Swift, Calvin Ridley, Corey Davis with 24 points, Marvin Jones Jr. with 30, playing Tennessee, Logan Thomas, Washington, and Mooney for Chicago with 16 points, and then Seahawks was the defense.
That was Julio's defense last week. Nice.
Yeah.
You got any hindsight juice?
No, I mean, like the Tony Pollard news was kind of put the slate on its ear a little bit. Like,
We got him in the cash lineup. If we play him in Ray's lineup, we're in the top 5. So that was a big pivot right there.
I mean, I think what's interesting about last week kind of just shows most weeks is that you don't have to get like 10 things right. You just get a couple things right, and you're right there. So
do we want to recap our league at all, or do we want to forget that didn't happen?
let's recap it. I mean,
Yeah.
we're honest about our lineups here. Like we'll tell you when we do well. We'll tell you when we don't do well.
So I took another victory. Where does that put me? 2 ahead going with 2 weeks left?
Yeah, you're the champion in that. Yeah.
Well, I like throwing those different lineups. I think paying down at quarterback was a kind of a clear win. You know, that even though Jackson and Hurts and Murray all paid out. There were some cheap quarterback plays to be had last week for sure. Mullins didn't smash for me or anything, but he was cheap enough. He allowed me to squeeze in other stuff, and I got Pollard in late there. So that lineup I literally made. I made that lineup 2 minutes before kickoff. I was like, so that was all information. I hit like 170. Claypool was a bust. Pretty much done playing Pittsburgh's receivers. Anyway, had a good fun weekend last week. My phone was blowing up as the end of the second games because of what was happening, and I just ignored it because I didn't want to know until what happened. So it was kind of fun to get into the group chats and find out that we had a lot of close ones, and then 1 point makes a big difference. But the Kelsey first down at the end of the KC game secured the victory for us, so that was cool. So anyway, let's move forward. Building lineups this week. I'm going to this week saying this is a tough week. What do you think, Juice?
It's interesting because you have a game tomorrow. You have 2 games on Saturday.
And just so you and the listeners know, none of those games are on our slate, so we won't be including any of those in our consideration. Is there a Monday night game this week?
There is.
Yep.
And honestly, so it's really interesting because the main slate doesn't have the Titans Packers, which
has a lot, but our slate does. Yeah.
Yeah, and our slate. So that I imagine we're going to be talking about that game and the Kansas City Falcons game quite a bit because those are clearly the 2 games with the highest totals on the week.
I kind of like the Dallas-Philadelphia game as a potentially.
Yeah, I like that game a lot. Matt, could you mute your phone?
Yeah, I'll turn it off. Sorry.
But so those 2 games are above 50, and then the Cowboys game is 49.5. Everything else is in the 40s.
Yeah, I think if there's any one week where we don't have any problem stacking players in Raves League from multiple plays from these big games, right? We have to understand that that's where the points are likely to be in players there, right? I've only built a couple lineups. Have you had a chance to build some? Both you guys?
Yeah, I've got one that I feel pretty good about.
Okay, so do we have any lock and loads this week? You got any guys that we just have to get in there?
Man, I feel like if I were to say anyone was the lock and load for me this week, it'd probably be Nick Chubb.
Oh, I like Chubb. He's playing. Give me who they're playing.
He's playing the Jets. And
okay.
He's $7,800. Not too expensive for a guy that gets the amount of touches he gets.
That Jet rush defense is just pretty good, right? I mean,
they're pretty good, but
it's good. But
Cleveland is like a run-first team, and so I don't.
That I agree.
He's almost matchup proof in my opinion. He's been extremely consistent. He's still not too expensive.
If you were choosing between Henry and Chubb, which one would you play?
Price-wise, I don't think Henry's even in the main slate. Yeah, he's not.
In our slate, though. So
he's on the Monday night slate. That's right.
Yeah,
okay.
You have to consider. Thank you, guys. We're now on week 13 of this, and our slate includes Sunday night and Monday.
yes.
These games, they score lots of points in these games, so we might want to consider them for the last couple of weeks here.
I'd probably still play Chubb. How much is Derrick Henry?
I think he's 95.
Yeah, I'd probably still play Chubb. He's saved $2,000, and they have the opportunity to score about the same amount of points.
I like Chubb. The Jets run defense concerns me a bit. I think it's pretty good.
Understandable.
But and it's the highest point. What are you saying, Juice?
I'm saying that you're right about the Jets rush defense, but I think Quinnen Williams is out for the Jets.
Yes, that's true.
And he's a big part of that run stopping.
And they're not impossible to run. When they're not like Steelers D good enough. So do you like the Chubb play, Julio?
What's that?
Do you like the Chubb play?
Yeah, I do.
That's the highest price for Chubb yet.
Yeah, I think I like Austin Eckler a little bit more.
Well, I have 3 running backs that I've been playing in everything. You want to know? I say I never built lineups. I built like 5. Eckler is in every lineup.
Yeah.
I've been playing Henry in every lineup. which I don't know if that's a good play or not because he has. And then Henderson Jr. is the other one I've been playing for the Rams. 4,500 for Henderson Jr.
Yeah, save you some money for sure.
What do we think about that? I mean,
I don't mind it. If you want to really punt this week at running back, there's a really cheap play. I'm looking at his salary. He plays for the Falcons. Ito Smith, 4,000. Kansas City. There's a good chance that Gurley's a healthy scratch this week.
so who is it at 4,000? Hill?
Ito Smith.
Oh, Ito Smith.
he's
Well,
well,
let's talk about both. Because we're going to play one of them likely. Henderson is coming on now that Akers got hurt. Akers has had 3 before last week and getting hurt. He had 3 straight weeks, so 100 yards. Henderson looks like a beast to me. They throw it to him.
Yeah, out of the 2 plays, I mean, I like Henderson a lot better. Ito Smith has actually had a couple starting opportunities where he's burned a bunch of people. So, I mean, it's definitely a punt, but, I mean, he's also scored 17 points one week. But the rest of his opportunities, it was around 4 to 5 points whenever Gurley was out.
I think those are all good points. My main interest in Ito Smith is that I don't think Gurley's going to play. And I think they're moving on for Brian Hill. He's in a contract year.
Hill's no good. Hill's had the chance and never.
Ito Smith, I think they're just going to run him out there. Their season's over.
So I think I'm with you, Julio, on Eckler, and I think I'm with Jared on Henderson Jr. We'll see how our builds come out, but right now I have Eckler and Henderson Jr. in the lineup. Let's talk about quarterback receiver. Murray came up big for us last week. We ended up pairing him with Arnold, who had some opportunities but didn't score. Hopkins would have been a little bit more basic and would have gotten us some points. But Jared, what's your quarterback that you built around so far? No.
So this week I'm doing one lineup. I'm going to try this strategy out this week where
optimal lineup strategy.
Optimal lineup and nothing else. And I'm using Jalen Hurts against Dallas for sure.
I mean, tough not to.
It's a great matchup. He's been an absolute beast.
Yeah, why don't you tell him about my conversation with you when you tried to get me to play Hurts in the cash game last week? Suddenly I was an expert on the Arizona Cardinals defense and their ability to shut down Jalen Hurts.
I mean, I was Hurts really bad.
Luckily, it worked out because if it didn't work out, I was in some trouble because Hurts. Yeah, he had another fantastic week. He only ran the ball 5 times?
He had 11 rushing attempts for 63 yards, a rushing touchdown, but he also threw 338 yards and got 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, that's like
we were completely right on what to expect out of Hurts last week. We said he's not going to run as much this week. He's going to have to throw the ball a lot more. And I mean, it was spot on. Like, I mean, our analysis of Hurts. I wish we had played him in our GPP lineup.
Right, we were all over it. I don't know why we're all over everything, and then we go. But we had a good. Murray was a good play.
Yeah, he was a good play.
Yeah, Murray was. He also had a great game.
So who do you like, Julio, this week for Rays? Let's talk Rays league. Who you thinking? I mean, on that Sunday night, it opens up Rodgers and Tannehill both. And I think both those defenses are garbage.
So like the Tennessee Green Bay game, I think number one, it's going to be a great game, right? I mean, like it's going to be a Super Bowl matchup, right?
Correct.
And then the thing about it is, like, Tennessee has trouble stopping the pass. Green Bay has trouble stopping the run. And that's like both the team's offensive strengths, right? So like this,
we want to just build our lineup around the Sunday night game. I'm all for it. You're not going to have to. If we want to go Aaron Rodgers, Adams, Tannen, running it back with Henry, and maybe even Corey Davis. I'm not going to come. Or if you want to go Tannehill, and so tell me what you think. I like it.
I mean, if we play this game, it's going to eat up a lot of salary. So we're going to have to be very creative on who we play.
There's a lot of – I do think there's a lot of cheap wide receiver choices this week, and we already have 4,500 Henderson in there. So so which one would you play? Would you play Rodgers or Tannehill?
Man, that's so tough. Here's the other thing. I think Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are a little bit banged up.
Oh, wow.
there's a chance AJ Dillon might play. He might.
I'd
Yeah.
like to see that.
I love me some AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
So that's certainly news we've got to keep an eye out for.
I mean, that makes me love Rodgers even more.
I mean, I sort of feel like this is going to be the Derrick Henry 1v1 versus Aaron Rodgers type thing, right? Like running back in the game and a guy who wants to win the MVP, the quarterback. And I mean, it's Sunday night, like it's prime time. It's all eyes on this game. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like Tannehill, but I'm not gonna get upset if we want to play Rodgers at all. So.
Okay, well, we can't do this lineup with Eckler. We're going to need a little bit cheaper alternative running back.
Real fast, Julio, a couple weeks ago, you were talking about Derrick Henry trying to get to 2,000 yards. In order for him to do that, he needs 2 games of about 170 yards.
Yeah, we're playing Henry.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, you can't go wrong with Henry. If you have the money, do it.
I like this lineup. We're just going to have to find somebody cheaper than Eckler to pair up with. Like even Pollard allows us to. No, Pollard doesn't get us there.
I don't think I want to play Pollard if Ezekiel's going to be back. I mean,
Is he going to be back? I didn't know that Zeke was going to be back.
He's likely to play, so I don't know if we need to go there.
Yeah, and he's like 6,500 this week, I believe.
Yeah,
I hope you guys have some trash wide receivers.
I've got some cheap wide receivers and tight ends that aren't trash.
I played Tanyan at tight end. Are we okay with playing Tanyan? I've been begging for it for 3 weeks.
You can play Tanyan. This is what I think. So Jalen Hurst against Dallas. Dallas is like middle of the road against the tight end. But really his number one, number 2 wide receivers pretty much every week since Ertz is back is Goddard and Ertz. They're both Ertz is 3,100, Goddard is 3,600. They both got 8 targets last week, or 7 to 8 targets last week. Solid opportunity for either of them to at least get 10 points.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tanyan out because I think he's just too expensive for this lineup. We can play a cheaper tight end version. You got a tight end that you love, Julio?
I mean, Goddard's cheap. He's 3,600.
Let's play
against Dallas.
You know, there are some good cheap tight end plays this week. I mean, we could always go back to Cole Kmet. He's 3K. Jackson.
I like the Goddard play. To me, he's just a specimen out there. He he always looks like he's in the game. Okay, so
let me throw this at you guys, since we're kind of like heavy on the Tennessee Green Bay game. What about Jonnu Smith at 3,600, same price? Get a little piece of that Tennessee offense.
I'm fine with that. We got Henry in the lineup, though. You know that, right? So we definitely have some piece of it.
I'm definitely more comfortable with like a Goddard because Jonnu Smith is pretty reliant on a touchdown. It's like he either gets in the end zone and you end up with 6 points, or he does get in the end zone and you get like 16.
He got 5 targets, 5 catches last week.
Yeah.
Nothing earth-shattering, but
right.
We don't need much at 3K. We're not doing Kelsey, right?
No, I don't think we're doing Kelsey this week. No, I don't think we have, we could do Rodgers paired with Tanyan, but that's not getting the part of that Sunday night game we really want, right?
I just want to throw out there that Tyreek Hill is questionable.
Ooh.
I mean,
if it's another one, if you can fit Henry in, he's playing Atlanta. If Tyreek Hill is questionable, doesn't end up playing, I mean, that is lock and load material right there for sure.
We would have to play Ito Smith at running back for sure.
Or you could play a cheap tight end in the flex. I mean, honestly, in my lineup right now, I have both Ertz and Goddard fired up against Dallas.
You have Ertz and Goddard? Yeah, I think that's a little bit too much Eagle tight end for me.
They both score consistently the same amount of points, and they're both in the $3,000 range. They're pretty much wide receivers. If you're looking for a cheap wide receiver, they pretty much are.
I get it. I'm trying to build here. Give me some other names. Who are some other cheap wide receivers we like this week?
You could also look at some Dallas wide receivers like CeeDee Lamb. I guess he's 5,300, or Gallup. which actually I think Gallup might be injured. No, he's not. He's not injured.
He
4,100.
Who's our favorite dirt cheap wide receiver? Like Hamler's 3,200. Do we like Hamler? We're gonna need dirt at wide receiver to get this lineup in the way we like it.
How dirt? Like 3,000?
Yeah, like dirty, like 3,200, 3,400.
Jerry Judy's really cheap,
How much is he?
37.
We like him better than Hamler.
Hamler's really cheap too. He's 3,200.
He had a big week last week, but that's last week.
JMJ's boy Alshon Jeffrey, 3,100.
He's 3,100. I mean, that's the kind of cheapness we're looking for right now.
Okay, another one. Here's another one that could be wildly.
What about
Tyreek Hill's out? McCole Hardman for the Chiefs. He's $3K. Stone him in pretty much at receiver. He also returns punts, and if I think if on DK if the player returns a punt for a touchdown,
you definitely get credit for it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
I
do.
like Hardman. I also like
Yeah, I like Hardman if Hill's out. I like Hardman, especially for that price.
There's one other cheap one. I like Hamler. What about there's a couple of them I like. What about Guten for LA?
I mean,
Well, aren't both Williams and Allen banged up right now?
Yeah.
The other one I was going to say is People Jones didn't kill us. I mean, he's in a good matchup.
Baker's playing great lately. I mean,
I almost thought about trying to get Baker. Mooney's only 4,000. Should we try Mooney this week?
I don't know. I feel like that is. I mean, I guess he's got a pretty good matchup, but I definitely feel like his points are fluky. I mean, I don't know. I still want to. There's so many other names we said that I'd feel more comfortable with.
Okay, give me. So I've got in here right now. I've got Hardman. I think before we pick our next running back, we need another cheap wide receiver. So let's pick one. I mean, who's our favorite? Is it when I say cheap, I'm thinking 4,500 or under, maybe 4,200 or under that range.
Real quick, guys, what the heck happened to Travis Fulgham? I mean,
yeah,
just feasting early in the season, like he's like nothing now in that offense.
He is nothing. Well, they've lost both their tight ends for a bit, and now they've got a healthy Ertz and a healthy Goddard, and really that's the 1-2 punch right there on that team. That's
crazy.
It is crazy though. He went from a stud to a dud.
Yeah,
in 1 week.
Like just gone.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like Patrick this week for the Broncos. Anyway, give me your guys' vote here. Ward's another good one for Philadelphia. Pascal had 2 touchdowns. Well, he's playing Pittsburgh, so I don't love that.
Rager's banged up. Jalen Rager for Philly, so that should open up some opportunities for the other receivers, maybe even more for the tight ends.
I mean, if you don't have a spot in the flex, I would seriously play a cheap Philadelphia tight end.
So just right now, so here's how I've got it, and I think I love this lineup, so be easy on your criticism. Rodgers, Henderson Jr., Adams, Hardman, Kelsey, Tonyan, Falcons D.
You put Tonyan in the flex?
Yeah.
How much is Tonyan?
5,100.
I think Goddard will outscored Tonyan.
We can make a little side bet for fun.
Sure.
Okay. I got Tonyan. What do you want to bet?
I don't know, $10.
Oh, that'll get the juices flowing.
We could bet lunch or something.
Okay.
Next Thursday, whoever loses buys lunch.
Or you have to wear so next week we'll be on television, so you have to wear a T-shirt of my choice.
Sure, there you go. We'll do that.
I don't know what I'd choose, but we'll figure something out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I might have to buy. I'll buy it. Yes, you're wearing a Tonyan T-shirt jersey that I have ordered on Amazon versus me wearing a.
I'll figure something out.
A Goddard T-shirt jersey.
Sure.
I like Ertz a little bit more. Cheaper.
I like Ertz too. Yeah,
I don't like
I'd
either
go
one
that.
of them.
Why don't you like them? It doesn't make
I like
sense. to me.
Tonyan in the flag. I actually like Goddard. I don't, but Tonyan's the only. We're talking about two Philadelphia tight ends. There's only one in Green Bay, and he's had a touchdown in like every week for the past 5 weeks.
I'm not down with putting two Philly tight ends like at tight end and flex. Like
No, he wasn't trying to talk. He wants me to put one of them in. I don't have either.
Get
one.
rid of Tonyan in the flex and put a Philly tight end in the flex. That's what I'm saying. It'll save you $2,000, and you have the same potential as far as points.
flex. He's 5,100.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even that cheap. Like,
Todd?
can't you at 5,100 that
Okay, as long as you guys are willing to if you're willing to live through the Sunday night of Tonyan doing his thing, I won't play him. But it's all you guys are okay with that, right?
I like Tonyan, but for the price, I like Goddard or Ertz way better.
Okay, I got it.
And I will be firing up 2 tight ends in my mind of Ertz and Goddard for sure.
Well, it makes me feel very.
We'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out.
You're getting used to third, right? I mean,
I guess, yeah.
third. What? So can you repeat the lineup real quick?
okay. So far for what we have locked in, because some stuff got locked in without permission. Rodgers, Henderson Jr. I'm gonna put Henry back in because I want Henry in. Hardman, Kelsey, and then I put Falcons D in there just to try to get the average salary way down. Technically, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this lineup.
Falcons D against Kansas City.
Yeah, it's only 1,900.
That's only 1,900. I've never seen a price that low.
Well,
defense.
Last year they made a floor adjustment on defenses in the middle of the year, and there was at one point there was $1,500 defense you could get. I
Wow.
wish they'd do that again. What do you think? Who do we need? Because right now the average player remaining is only 2,700. So I don't know that we can do that. So which one of these expensive players?
I'm sorry. Rodgers, Henderson, Henry, Hardman. Who are the other 2 wide receivers?
Adams,
Okay, Adams.
Kelsey at tight end, and Falcons D just because they're the cheapest. Yeah,
So I have Hardman, Adams. Who's the other wide receiver?
nobody yet.
Nobody. Okay.
And who's in your flex?
Nobody yet.
Oh, wow. And we're at 2,700.
Yeah. How are we doing on time? Even though, by the
We're
way,
at 27 minutes.
Forgot to mention at the outset, we are brought to you by Vast Bank, executively produced by Toby Biocchini, who does a wonderful job. It's going to help us get on television next week. Sorry about that, Vast Bank. We'll get you in here in the middle.
The Vast Bank building is beautiful.
It is. The Vast Bank building is absolutely beautiful. We need to have a show dinner in the Raw View when it gets warmer out. We'll have to. Maybe we'll get Vast to let us do a live show from in the Raw View, huh? I mean, now that we got this technology figured out, I mean, anything's possible. It's limitless possibilities now that I can take this laptop and microphone anywhere I want. But how are we doing on time?
28 minutes. We're good.
Oh, we're doing great. Okay. Then good. We could talk about this some. We paid way up at Henry and Adams. Henderson we're paying down. Rodgers we're paying down. But it's leaving us almost impossible to do this lineup. So what are your thoughts, Juice? What do we need to do?
And I really like Kelsey, but 8,500 is getting to a point where I don't know. Like, it's just so expensive, right? I mean, for
tight end, yeah. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're back to Tonyan. Great. I'm happy with it. So it's between Tonyan and Goddard. How about we build the rest of the lineup the way we want it and see what we have left, and we can debate between Tonyan and Goddard then.
For now, it's it leaves us 4,450 for a wide receiver,
Which we can do.
which we can do.
But I'd really like to pay dirt so we can get up on that other one, right?
I would like to pay down a receiver as well. I think that's the direction I would want to go in.
So my votes are players that I would consider Hamler. Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm not just saying one and stopping. I just got stuck at all the $3,000 ones.
Another name that's cheap that we haven't mentioned and he plays for Buffalo, and I know we like him a lot. Davis.
Gabriel Davis.
I'm always a Gabe Dave fan. He's been good to me. Every time I say something good about Gabe Davis, he seems to work out.
3,500. I mean,
so let's get a list real quick since we have plenty of time. Hamler, Gabe Davis, Peoples Jones should be on that list. Judy should be on the list.
I would put Ward on there for Philadelphia against Dallas.
Definitely would put Ward on there. Definitely would put Gallup on there. Definitely would put Patrick on there. And I think that. Oh, what about Hanson for Houston? How did he end up doing last week?
He's been doing pretty good. He got he only got 3 targets last week, but he did get a touchdown, so he got 13 points. Week before he got 7 targets, and they're playing Cincinnati. So actually, I love David Johnson again this week because it's like a prime spot for him.
I do like David Johnson.
David Johnson's only 6,100, but I don't think we have any way to fit him in. We're really in need.
We're really close, and we could get David Johnson in, but we'd have to find a $2,800 wide receiver.
And that's impossible.
We could go.
I guess we can't do that.
We can go cheaper on Tanyan.
Is Goddard Ertz in your lineup yet?
No. Okay, I'm going to put Goddard in.
There you go.
Just to see what we can do. So
you'll be able to do so much more.
Do we like Eckler or David Johnson better? David Johnson's a lot cheaper. What do you think, Julio?
Oh man, I like them both a lot. I just
like them both, and I think we got to go with the cheaper.
It's just a personal thing. I just don't like playing it.
Who, David Johnson? I'm with you on that.
That's totally understandable after this year.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know. Like, he just doesn't move the needle for me that much. But
let's see what Eckler does, because I really like Eckler. He's just pretty expensive. Damn it. Yeah, he's just too expensive. We'd have to go a little cheaper on tight end.
Well, last week, David Johnson scored most of his points from catches. He had 11 receptions for over 100 yards, 8 attempts for rushing attempts for, I think it was, 27 yards. So he didn't do a lot on the ground. It was all through the air.
Man, this is $100 from letting us have Gabe Davis in. Komet is pretty cheap. What about Hollister? Didn't he get a touchdown last week? Or what did Hollister do last week?
I mean, why don't we just pay down and go Zach Ertz at 3,100?
Yeah, Ertz is in a great spot too. They both got the same amount of targets last week, scored the same amount of points.
Who did?
Ertz and Goddard.
So which one you like? Ertz is what we're saying?
No, I like them both. But if you need a cheaper tight end, Ertz is $500 cheaper than Goddard.
Okay, so we can do that, but then we'd have to figure out what $3,300. Are we okay with playing Hamler?
Hamler feels like a super dart throw. He always gets like 2 targets. That one week he blew up, he had 2 targets, 2 touchdowns.
Why don't we run it back with Dallas with CeeDee Lamb? He's getting more targets, it seems like.
Then we can't afford the lineup we're building. I like CeeDee Lamb, but then so look here, join with me so you can actually play players that we can actually afford, or tell me something that we need to change. I've got Rodgers, Henderson, Henry, Adams, Hardman, Ertz, Eckler, and Falcons in right now, and that leaves.
I don't have Eckler in. I thought we took Eckler out.
Okay. So I put Eckler in the flex because I thought that's who we like the most. Who do we like the most at the flex?
Well, I mean, if you put in CeeDee Lamb, that leaves you with 5,600.
You mean put CD at the flex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you're missing a wide receiver spot, just put him in that third slot, and then you got the flex open for running back.
Let's do that. Let's put CD in the.
And I mean, you've got certain plays at this point, like
Melvin Gordon.
If you want to play, Melvin Gordon's open. Your boy Tanyan's available. If you want to play him there.
I'll go Tanyan. That way we can go up on defense. Cowboys D.
I don't really mind Atlanta on defense. I mean,
you think we should just leave
throwing interception?
Really?
I don't. Yeah, but okay? So if we do Atlanta, there's nobody. I mean, unless we want to pay up to Melvin Gordon. I mean, there's no reason we have to do Atlanta.
No, there's not. I'm just
Man,
looking
that's-
to see even like 60, if we could find an extra $500, $600, it opens up a lot more options, I think. Because you could throw in, David Johnson. You could throw in Corey Davis from Tennessee if you wanted, since we're high on that game. Kareem Hunt's 5,900. I don't know. I mean, there's a couple more options, I think.
I don't mind David Johnson, even though we both said nobody loves him.
I mean, I like him this week against Cincinnati. It's hard to like him, but I like him.
So if we do Rodgers, Henderson, Henry, Adams, Hardman, Ertz, David Johnson, Falcons, we have 4,800 left over, and we could go Higgins for Cleveland, DJ Shark, Higgins for Cincinnati.
I'll be honest with you. The one player I'm really not on board with in this lineup is Henderson.
Who do you like?
Um,
Because that saved us some money.
I'd like to go down to Ito Smith. Honestly, I know you guys don't like it, but I mean, he's not sharing carries with anybody. Henderson is sharing carries.
Okay, this works
Yep,
out.
that makes sense.
Here, let me tell you what I came up with. Rodgers, Henry, Ito Smith, Adams, Hardman, CeeDee Lamb, Ertz, David Johnson, Falcons D.
How much money's left over?
0.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds good. I mean, it's obviously very scary to play Atlanta's D against Kansas City, but I mean, the rest of that lineup sounds good.
I don't mind.
We could definitely go down.
What
If
were you
we had a defense we love, we could go down off CeeDee Lamb and back up to a defense we love.
I mean, I love the Philadelphia-Dallas game. I think there's going to be lots of points to be had there.
And I think CeeDee Lamb's getting to the point of the season where he needs to have a breakout game, right?
Mhm.
I like it. I like our lineup. Since we've got time, let's talk about some cash plays. Let's get the old cash lineup out. Talk about it real quick.
David Johnson at the flex. Is that right?
Yeah. Are you happy with that?
I'm good with that.
You
I
good
would,
with that?
I would say like I'd be good with David Johnson, or even Corey Davis. Like if we want, they're the same salary.
We can always reconsider. Either one of them is fine with me. We can figure out which one we like better. I don't mind playing Corey Davis just to load up on that Tennessee Green Bay game that I think we think is going to be high scoring. So
I do think David Johnson's in a smash spot, really. So I like it.
okay, so I like that line. So we got about 15 minutes left, Jared?
We got 23 minutes left.
Wow, we got all the time in the world. Let's talk a little bit about cash plays. Who, just for the audience's sake, the drastic difference between cash and tournament for us is we're not trying to build like a 190 lineup in cash. We're just trying to build a solid floor. We just have to beat one guy. We don't mind playing chalk. We don't mind playing correlated stuff as much, uncorrelated stuff as much. Anyway, Julio, let's just talk about for position's sake. We don't have to build a cash lineup. Who are your cash quarterbacks? Who are your, Hurts?
Like on Sunday morning, if you call me up and trying to get me off this play, I'm going to hang up the phone. Anyway.
Okay, who's that?
I'm playing Jalen Hurts at quarterback in my cash lineup. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm done.
I like it. What about you there, JMJ? You agree with that?
100%. Like I said, I'm doing one lineup this week, and it's going to be a Jalen Hurts quarterbacked lineup.
I like it. Somebody else we didn't talk about, just real quick. Drew Lock at $5,000 is tempting this week.
Against what, the Chargers?
Yeah. You can. I'm just saying this for the listener's sake. Drew Lock with Patrick and Hamler. There, you can build some really. You can get, if you make that build, you can get whoever else you want in the lineup in, right? Like you just fit whoever. Anyway, I have a Lock, Eckler, Montgomery, Hamler, Landry, Patrick, Kelsey, Henderson Jr. Cowboys lineup, just as an example. But hold on, let's quickly get me into a cash game because I like Hurts. So we're not going to talk. We're talking nobody else. And our cash game is a main slate competition. So that Sunday night game's not even available. So I like Hurts. What about cash running backs?
I mean, you also have to remember in cash, you kind of want to play the chalk, right, for the most part. So you want to play people that are projected to be fairly highly owned and safe, right, with good floors.
We didn't talk about ownership. Who are the highly owned people this week?
The site I go to, they don't have them up this week yet. So
Oh wow. So who are some cash? I mean, obviously the guys we played. Henry can be used in cash. Our guy, who was it? David Johnson.
David Johnson.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb, I think, could be used in cash.
Nick Chubb can definitely be used in cash.
I think David Montgomery is another safe play at running back.
Did you say Montgomery?
Montgomery, yeah.
Yeah, I think we should play him in our cash lineup.
Two wide receivers that I love this week that I think would definitely fit in for a cash lineup is Cooper Kupp against Seattle.
Okay.
I mean, every wide receiver against Seattle is
he's gone down
to play.
Price. He's finally getting affordable.
Yeah, he's only 6,600. Another one is Jarvis Landry against the Jets.
I like Landry a lot.
6,900 with a Baker Mayfield that's actually really good. So I mean, if Baker keeps it up, I think that's pretty safe. 6,900. Jarvis Landry.
It.
I also think a good cash play this week is Ito Smith. I mean, 4K starting running back. I mean, you're saving salary there. He's got probably a decent floor. You should get you 10 points, which is really all you're looking for.
So question. So have you kept up with Ito Smith at all like this season?
Yeah. He's not some world beater.
Right.
There's something bad coming when that question gets asked, right?
Just my concern is that Ito Smith plays for Atlanta and they're playing against Kansas City. So I think that it's going to quickly become a game where they are way behind and they've got to make points through the air. So if that happens too quickly, Ito Smith 4K could put up a dud. But I mean, the fact that there's no one else behind him is very intriguing. And these 4,000, it just scares me to play him against a team that I think is going to blow out Atlanta.
I think those are all good points. My main major reason for playing him is, again, I have a feeling they're not going to suit up Todd Gurley. That's number one.
Yeah,
Brian Hills they're not going to renew his contract. They're done. They're moving away from him. And so this is an opportunity for them to see what they have in Ito Smith. Their season's over, so
right.
They're going to run him, see what they got, and that's it. I mean, so it's purely for me just an opportunity play. Like he's in a spot where he's going to get touches, and like I said, like at 4K, he stumbles into the end zone. He's paid everything off.
Right.
I mean,
right.
So I like this cash lineup. I've got Hurts, Eckler, Montgomery, Patrick. I know you guys aren't as big a fan of Patrick for Denver, but he's 4,200 and he scores a lot of touchdowns. Jones playing the Jets. Ridley, Goddard, Ito Smith, Browns. Ridley's really expensive, so if we want to do something other than Ridley, I'm okay with it.
I mean, I think Ridley's in a great spot to get lots of points. They're going to be playing Kansas City, so if they're going through the air, they're going to go to him.
Yeah, but he almost needs like 30. The way they've got him scored, he's got to score 30 to pay off.
What's his price?
8,500. I love me some Ridley too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's pretty expensive.
Yeah. Okay, changed it up a little bit. I went Landry, CD Lamb, Patrick at receiver. I don't know. We can look more at the cash game lineup. Let's talk about some of our favorite things this week. What's your favorite point producing game there, Jared?
Dallas, Philadelphia.
You think it's going to be over? Like we thinking 60 over 60?
Do you have the projections there, Juice, on what everyone else thinks the line's going to be?
49. Yeah.
49. Yeah, I think it's going to be over that.
Okay. And what about you, Juice? What's your favorite game?
My favorite under is the Rams Seahawks.
Yeah, I like that too. There was another game that I liked the under that I was like, a lot of people are going to think scored a ton of points. What's the Christmas Day game? Maybe that's the one I was thinking.
Tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Gosh. Viking Saints.
Yeah, that's going to be a little more low scoring than everybody thinks, I think. Anyway, we didn't really talk about favorite. Let's look, who's your favorite value play? Let's favorite guy under 4,500, let's say, or 4,500 and under.
You can finish with me. You know who I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. Ito Smith. Okay.
Ito Smith.
And I like Henderson Jr. Who do you like, Jared?
Ertz and Goddard.
Okay, both. So we'll Jared, who's your smash this week? Who do you want to put on tape? Who's going to be in the intro? Who's going to be in the intro for the first ever live stream show?
I'm gonna make this an easy win and just go with Jalen Hurts. He's gonna smash it.
100 rushing
Dallas.
yards or not?
100 rushing yards. Yeah, 100 rushing yards for Jalen Hurts.
So are we saying over 300 passing and over 100 rushing?
Jalen Hurts is gonna get 300 yards passing and 100 yards rushing.
Wow, that's a smash spot.
That's sleep.
Let's hope that pans out. That'd be a great intro right there.
I tried to get Bowden with the passing touchdown last week, but that one didn't work out.
No, but he did all right.
Who's your smash spot of the week? Optimal play spot.
Oh man, I think Devontae Adams is going to explode.
Yeah, I like that whole game. I like that whole Sunday night game. I can see us going at Corey Davis instead of David Johnson just to get more of that game. I'm going to go with I like Tanyan. I think he gets 2 touchdowns. I think Tanyan gets 2 touchdowns this week. I mean, they build little plays. Did you see the little play to him? I mean, it makes it look so easy when they want to throw it to him for a touchdown. I mean, I don't know why you guys don't love this guy. He's averaging like 16 points a game.
I like Tanyan. I just don't like him as much as you like him. That's it.
I don't know if anybody likes him as much as I like him, but I feel like I discovered him.
Mother likes him as much as Matt likes him.
I don't know if Christian likes his dog as much as I like Tanyan. That's where we're at. Tanyan, come here. I mean, Jackson. We're just gonna rename him now. Give him a little sweater. Well, what else you got? This is different. I like this. I didn't hate the Zoom call podcast.
No.
I look forward to next week when we're all back in studio and we're gonna try this. Hopefully, try this live streaming thing. So
yeah,
you need to get back in town, Jared, so we can get that stuff ordered.
Yeah.
NBA 5-game Christmas Day slate.
Man, I'm all about getting on here this tomorrow morning and chopping it up if you want to.
Yeah. Juice, you got to sit.
We got an 8 a.m. Shot time. We'll be here right here. I'll be sitting right here and we'll break down the NBA Christmas Day.
Guys, let me just give you the breakdown of the game. So you have Zion, New Orleans, Miami. That starts it off. Great game. Fun game to watch. Golden State, Milwaukee. Probably not. Could be a blowout. Brooklyn, Boston. That's going to be fun.
I love Boston this year. Boston's my team. I love Tatum.
Dude, Brooklyn looks so good right now.
Okay, so I'll take Brooklyn. I'll take Boston. You got Brooklyn for White River Fish Market lunch.
He looks like he's fully back.
Who? Hey. Say it again.
Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Juice has Brooklyn. Matt has Boston for White River Fish Market lunch purchase next week.
Dallas, Los Angeles Lakers, Luka, LeBron.
I like that one.
And then Clippers and Denver in the nightcap. Dude,
I hate the Clippers. I don't know what it is about the Clippers. Every time someone mentions the Clippers, it's like hearing on Star Wars the dark side or something. It's like, Clippers.
I don't like the Clippers because of Paul George for some reason. And Paul George didn't even really do me wrong. He used to be on OKC, but I don't know. I don't like Paul George anymore.
They got rid of Montrezl Harrell. How do you get rid of Hizzle?
Montrezl Harrell?
Yeah, that guy.
Anyways, Juice, you gotta if you're firing up that lineup tomorrow, you gotta send it to us.
Yes,
give me some time to
the Juice lineup.
Give me some time to get on your back and try to make some money.
He's not very good at the giving you some time part. He's good at getting good lineups. He's not at the giving you time lineup. My college
Christmas Day lineup.
My college football lineup I gave you last week died on the vine, Julio. It was going and then it just died. It looked brilliant.
Crazy the scoring. Like it was
Oh, last week there were guys I've never heard of that scored 65 points in fantasy college football last week. Literally never heard of.
I had like fire everywhere, and I don't even think I cashed.
The LSU guy receiver scored 65 points. Can you his name? You got it for me? Butte? Yeah, Butte. Never had heard of him before.
Here's a funny story. I played it was Ole Miss against LSU last week.
Yeah.
Stacked that game up, and I still didn't cash.
You still didn't get Butte
Wow.
in there? Did you get Butte?
I had Butte. I had
How do you have Butte and not cash?
I had the Ole Miss quarterback who blew up. I mean, I had like everything. And I had some duds, but whatever. It is what it
Well,
is.
this has been fun. I'll fire up a NBA podcast in the morning if you just let me know. I've got it all set up now. Like I know how you got it working. So you just tell me when you want me down here.
I might have to go pick up the microphone tomorrow.
Yes. Pick up the mic because we need to get some NBA stuff going.
Problem is the game started at 11. It's early.
I know that's what I'm saying. 8 a.m. call time tomorrow. Let's do it. Let's fire it
I
up.
can't be a part of it, but if you guys seriously want to do that, you can send me the file. I'll upload it. I'll get it
Yeah.
on air.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to get up at 9 waiting for us to crash the pod, smash the pod before the 11 o'clock tip off.
We got to get that juice NBA goodness going, you know?
If you want to make money, wake up tomorrow at 8 a.m. because we're gonna print some paper tomorrow.
I'm ready. I'll do it. When? By the way, if I find myself at Target today, what are these wrestler things? Does he have your son wants every one of them?
He has like 300 wrestlers. Like,
Oh, okay.
It's annoying. It's really, but it'll be fun watching the kids open the presents and stuff. It'll be.
You're going to some friend's house tomorrow?
No, I'm going to my parents.
Oh, okay. I was like, whatever, super spreader.
No,
Just gonna-
no. Going to my-
Safe travels, Jared, back from Oregon. I'm jealous. I love Oregon. So anyway,
It's nice.
I guess we're not doing an intro or anything this week, huh?
Nope, just straight Zoom calling it up this week.
Okay, I can send you a song if we wanted to like do a song into it. I don't know. No, I can tell by
we'll
the
just do
face,
it.
but
We'll just keep it raw, you know? We'll just keep it raw.
this is
This
the
week.
Pivot Pandemic Edition.
Right, exactly.
So
We now know we can do it. We
we got Zoom call style. We can do this. I'm at the studio. Misses you all. It's here. Still looks good. So, okay. Well, I'll look forward to next week. Next week, we got a lot. Hey, Jared, you got to get back in town so we can get this ordered and get it organized. So,
Sounds good. I'm excited about it.
have a Merry Christmas, Juice. Tell the kids hello and the family. You too, Jared. And
Yeah.
I don't even know how to shut this thing down, so it may just be going for the rest of all time.
All right.
Bye,
See you
guys.
guys.
When I seen a man chilling with his dog at the park, I approached him very slowly with my heart full of fear. Looked at his dog, oh my